We have so many things lying around us, whether it be living things or non-living things. But there is one thing in common in all of these things, that is carbon. Living things like plants, animals and human beings, they all are made up of cells, and these cells have either cell wall like in plants, or they have cell membrane. And these cell walls and membranes are made up of lipids, glycolipids or cellulose, and all of these have the common element, that is carbon. Then non-living things like clothes, books, food and plastics, all of these things still have one element, which is carbon. Have you ever thought why in our 10th standard we have a separate chapter of carbon, that is carbon and its compounds? Because carbon is very important to us. It plays a crucial role in our body as well as outside the body, right? In our body, the food that we eat, that is made up of carbohydrate, again it has carbon. So today I am going to discuss carbon and its compounds, which is a topic of 10th. Hello everyone, this is Ritika Roy Bhattacharya. I welcome you all on my YouTube channel Study Together with Ritika. So as I have mentioned before, that carbon is very important and it plays a crucial role. In our atmosphere also, if you see, carbon is present in different forms, which is present as minerals, carbonate, bicarbonate. This percentage goes like 0.02%. Whereas if we see carbon dioxide, which is present in our atmosphere, it is 0.03%. You may think that 0.02 and 0.03% is too meager, it is so less, but still it is of very importance. Today first of all we will discuss about the bonding in carbon. Before bonding in carbon, we will see what are the other two types of bonding, that is ionic bond and covalent bond. Except these two types of bonding, we have one more bond formed, that is hydrogen bond, and we will discuss it when you will be in 11th standard. First of all, discuss ionic bond. You know that the bonds formed in ionic compounds is by ionic bond, in which the transfer of electrons take place. Either an element loses an electron or more than one electron, or gain electrons, right? Let's see one example. In the compound of sodium chloride NaCl, we have two elements, Na and Cl. Let's write the electronic configuration of both of these elements. If you do not know how to write the electronic configuration, I have explained in the last video and I will put the link in the description box. So you see here, one electron is extra in order to complete the octet. Here chlorine has one lack of electron in order to complete the octet rule, right? So if this gives one electron, it becomes 2,8, and if chlorine accepts one electron, it will become 2,8,8. And in this way both of these will form an ion. Sodium will form positive ion because it is losing an electron, and chloride ion will be formed by gaining an electron and it will have a negative sign. In this way both of these are forming the ions and it will be an ionic compound, right? So this was about how the electrons are transferred, and this is counted in the ionic bond. The next one is covalent bond. Covalent bond is formed not by transferring but by sharing of electrons. We will see that also. For example, if we see in hydrogen molecule, first of all we will write both the atoms of hydrogen, and its electronic configuration is only 1 and 1 because its atomic number is 1. Now you see that because only one electron is there, so it will not be able to complete its octet rule. Instead it will follow the duplet rule, in which the outer shell will be having only 2 electrons. I'll write the number of electrons just near hydrogen. Both of them have 1 electron. This hydrogen will be sharing an electron with another atom of hydrogen. Okay. Now you see here how is it happening. Both the hydrogen atoms have shared their electron, just a single electron, in order to complete the duplet rule. In this way we see covalent bond in carbon. You know, the ionic compounds which are formed, they have some characteristics. They have high melting point, high boiling point. The force of attraction in them is strong enough. That is why more and more amount of heat will be required to break that bond, right? That is why the melting point and boiling point is very high. The ions are formed in ionic bonds. That is why, because of the formation of ions, they are able to conduct electricity. Now let's see carbon compounds, means those compounds in which the covalent bonds are forming. They have low melting point, low boiling point, because the force of attraction is not that strong, right? And they do not have any ions forming. That is why they do not conduct electricity. So you can call them as non-conductors, right? Let's see how the bonding takes place in carbon. The atomic number of carbon is 6 and the electronic configuration is 2, 4. It means the valence shell has 4 electrons, right? We will see the bonding in methane, that is CH4, how the carbon is forming a bond with other hydrogen atoms. You see here this carbon and hydrogen. I'll give blue color of electrons to hydrogen so that we can easily differentiate between the electrons. Even I would suggest the students to use colored pen in order to make this type of bonding, so that the teacher is easily able to see and give full marks to you. Right? Now red color of electrons are for carbon. Now let's make the bond here. You know, carbon has 4 electrons. It will be taking 4 electrons from all the atoms of hydrogen, or you can say it will be sharing. In this way, the carbon is getting 8 electrons. Now, if we see for hydrogen, the hydrogen will form duplet rule and the carbon will form octet rule. So, in this way, you see, here we have seen the bonding in methane and the bond of carbon with other hydrogen atoms, right? Now the question arises, why carbon has to share the electrons and it cannot transfer the electrons? You see, carbon has 4 number of electrons in the valence shell. In order to form the octet rule, it will either accept 4 electrons, or in order to follow the duplet rule, it will have to transfer 4 electrons, right? Now you know the atom whose complete atomic number is 6, the total number of electrons is 6. Can it accommodate 4 more electrons with it? No, that's not quite possible. On the other hand, is it possible for it to transfer 4 electrons? Because there will be requirement of huge amount of energy for transferring 4 electrons. That is why it is in a condition that it can neither accept 4 electrons nor lose 4 electrons. That is why it has to share electrons, right? So this was about the carbon, their bonding in carbon. In our next video, we will be talking about catenation property and other properties as well. Please write in the comment section if this video is helpful to you. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.